Hey everybody, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be doing something for Marvel Future Revolution, and it's going to hopefully help you figure out how to determine what the best gear for you is. I'm not going to necessarily tell you what the best gear for you is, as I'm hoping to give you some of the tools to help you figure out that, so you know where to farm, figure out what things you want to focus on, that sort of thing. So we're going to walk through that a little bit and hopefully come away with a little bit more from this video, right? All right. If you're new to the channel, check out the Discord link in the description below. It's the easiest way to follow along for future content. Hammer down on that like button if you want to help that YouTube algorithm out. We'd really love you for that. And we're also doing a giveaway as we get to 10,000 subscribers. We want to thank everybody for all the support over the years. So if you want to be involved in that, all you got to do is comment below. Just say something good about your week, something you're looking forward to, whatever. And we're going to pull from random comments from random videos. So if you want to enter, have more chances to enter, just comment on random other videos and we're going to pull those. So anyway, let's go check out this video.
Bring me WolverThor!
All right, so first, how do I determine what my gear is, right? So, you know, I've been playing for this for a bit, and I haven't searched and dug around all these different things. You know, there's all these different areas I can look for stuff with my squad and my heroes and all, whatever, right? So in records, there's this stuff called collection. And I think I started looking at this just kind of maybe the collectibles and whatever. I just collected things. I didn't really go digging through here. Where I'd start first is you come to costumes. So I'm playing Black Widow. She's phenomenal. I love her. You can obviously do this for any character. You just click down here and do whoever you want to look at. But right now we've got Black Widow, right? And so you can see all of their different suits. You scroll up and down. And you just click here and you can see them and it highlights the one that you've got. Great, right? So you might already know that. So the part that I was kind of looking at is, all right, so I wanted to figure out what suit do I want to pick out and play as Black Widow. So I'm coming through here and I click it, right? So, and that's just for simplicity's sake. All right, I'm looking at Savage Shadowland. Let's just look at 3. We'll look at the headpiece, right? So I'm looking at level 3 and I'm going, okay. Shadowland, attack 800, attack 19.8%, 2 sets defense pierce, 3 sets supervillain damage 17.4%, right? That's what Shadowland was, right? So we're gonna just, like, for simplicity purposes, we're gonna take a quick snapshot of that. You guys won't necessarily see it, but it helps me remember exactly what the stats were from that. And again, that was level 3, right? So let's just scroll to, I don't know, the one that I've like to look at is Midgardia. All right, so I go to Midgardia level 3. All right, attack 800, check. Attack 19.8%, check. And when I'm checking, that means they're the exact same as the one that we just looked at in Savage Shadowlands. The 5 substat bonus situation, same. Now, it starts getting different at the bottom here. Now, the 2 set bonus here is attack 5.7%. For Savage Shadowland, it was defense pierce 7.6. The 3 set bonus here is critical damage 34.7%. The Savage Shadowland bonus was 17.4% supervillain damage. And then the actual 4 set bonus, believe it or not, was the exact same. So the set pieces are really what are different in these. And that's where you're going to want to decide what you're doing, right? So one of the things that you can really think about here is and look at is how are they different amongst all these different sets? And that's what I'm going to show you. Okay, so what I did here is I actually just took some of my snapshots and pasted them in a channel so you could quickly see some of the differences here. We talked about the Savage Shadowlands. I'll zoom in a little bit more here and you can see what we already talked. Now, right now, just pay attention to these stats up here so we can settle ourselves, right? On multiple. We already confirmed that was the same, 819.8, right? As we scroll down here, Sakaar, same thing. Now you start getting a little bit different here. Red Widow hair is a little bit lower. Now we go back to our Hydra Empire here and we'll look at the stuff down here and say, oh, is it worth it because it drops? Hydra Empire, it's the same again. Fear itself, a little bit lower. Spacesuit a little bit lower. And you can see that we've got some that are a little bit lower. So some of these, I'd say like region specific costumes have stats that are slightly different. And that's probably why they have their glow around them. The region specific ones, you see that, they have a brighter glow. See, there's less glow on these. You actually see that in the actual costume itself as well. Okay. So we were talking about the portion at the bottom when we were looking at the set bonuses. So there's also some stat changes on some of these at the top as well. So the set bonuses, we talked about that. So let's keep scrolling. Now see here, between the Sakaar and the Midgardia, the bottom is actually the same other than the 4 set bonus, right? We got Deadly Aim class and Espionage devices class skill, okay? So they're both class skills and they're both plus 6. They're just different ones. And then we got Red Widow hair, firearm expert skill, level 6. All right. And then we've got espionage. And again, is notice how these are the same again, attack, critical damage. But then we jump over to Hydra again. And then this 3rd set bonus is actually different. It's like, okay, so you've got to really pay attention to what these differences are. And also at the 4 set bonus, and that was what I really wanted to focus on with this, is the 4 set bonus primarily. But you'll see there's actually other differences. And that's really what I'm just trying to emphasize is look at this. You've got to kind of start to understand your character a little bit. What is your character doing? What is the goal of your character? And then as you understand that, you can look at this and kind of do an analysis and go, I want to figure out, I love critical damage or I like attack more, right? Granted, it'd be great to try to start figuring out your DPS to figure out which one of those is better. What is better? 8.7% attack or 34.7% critical damage? Until we get some elitist jerks out in here starting running stats and doing a bunch of DPS numbers, we're probably not going to necessarily see that. So hopefully somebody's out there running some numbers to figure that out. But in the meantime, it's kind of like, all right, so let's just say those are equal for argument's sake. You're looking at espionage device classes versus explosive expert skill, right? And so on and so forth on these. You can see again, they're pretty much all the same for the first 2. It's just the 4th one is a little different. Again, there's an exception on the Hydra Empire hair. And then there's the Savage Shadowlands. I'm sure there's some other ones. I didn't post them all in here. You get the idea, right? So we're going to jump back in game and we're going to look at something as simple as so when I'm looking at Midgardia versus Sakaar, I've got my Deadly Aim class skill versus maybe my, espionage, or I'll probably actually, I'm going to focus between Red Widow hair. That's firearm expert skill versus Deadly Aim class skill. I'm going to focus on that a bit. All right, so we're back in here. And again, if you want to look at all of them to compare yourselves, go ahead and do that. And then that way, and you can just, and you might want to double check on, the other ones, what they give you. It's like, so this is trained assassin. Yeah, and actually it's going to be the same because you need that 4 set, right? But if you want to look at the 3 sets, so what is this? Original. And then if we want to go to Midgardia, you want to check these other ones, fine. Go ahead and check those to see if they're the same. I'm sure they are. You get the idea, right? So now, how do we figure out the skill situation? All right, so again, I'm sure you guys already know this, but heroes, go to skill, you come through here. So some of the stuff we've been looking at, I was looking at briefly, was just kind of trying to figure out, you'll see, let me show you in my bags here. I've got, I'm currently doing this, it shows spacesuit, but Red Widow suit. All right, I was really liking the Red Widow suit because I was like, when I saw this 4-piece, I was like, oh, firearm expert skill +2. I was like, great. I think I might want to do Red Widow suit because I know I really like firearm skill. And the reason I like that is because as I look at it, here's my firearm expert. I like that ability here. You can see I'm still using the lower ability, and I know eventually at level 65, you get the snipe ability, right? So I knew that at some point I wanted to play with that. So I thought, you know what, maybe Red Widow is the best for me, but I should look around a little bit. And then I started digging around. I'm like, what do I want? And I looked at the Midgardia, which, a reminder, is the Deadly Aim class skill. So I'm going, okay, so Red Widow is firearm expert. Well, but then I noticed, see this right here? Class. This is the part where some people might miss this. There's a class to these fires, or to these abilities. If I go to martial arts expert, it's a close quarters combat class. If I go to traps, espionage devices for Widow's Wire and trap expert. So if I get something that gives me an espionage device and I like those two abilities the best, I get 2 abilities increase. Oh, a third ability if I like espionage devices. If I'm going to use all 3 of those. Trained assassins, close quarters combat. Widow Sting, deadly aim. Master Spy, another close quarters combat. All right, you get to the basic attack and the vanish, it's ultimate and basic. So you got to look and say, what abilities do I like to use? What am I focused on? Do I use all of these type abilities in PvP and I love to PvP? Okay, focus those. If I like PvE and I like maybe this, all right, great. If I like whatever version and I need espionage devices and I've got 3 of them here, okay, use that suit, right? So that's what we're looking at here. And now again, Midgardia was deadly aim class. All right, so like I mentioned, I really like this one. So it's like, all right, I like the deadly aim class. And then I also like this Widow Sting, also a deadly aim class. So I was like, guess what that tells me? That tells me that I want to get my Midgardia when I have these skills equipped, right? Now, again, I mentioned that we had, what was it, 3 espionage devices. All right, so let me see, do I see? So that is Sakaar. So anytime if I'm thinking like, oh, I'm going to use those a lot, then I might want to look at my 4-step bonus for Sakaar and focus that. So pay attention to this stuff. And again, you might want to have a place where you can dump these and kind of look at them side by side. And you're going to then decide, all right, I'm using these type of abilities in this game mode, or I like these abilities just because I like these abilities. So I'm going to focus on this particular set of gear. Now, maybe you just like the look. All right. And you can still, transmog and do that kind of stuff, or I think we call augment in this game. But this is what you want to focus. This is what you want to understand when thinking about your sets. Now, for me then, what does that mean? All right. So I'm in Midgardia out here, right? Guess what? When I go to work or do whatever, I'm going to chill out here and I'm just going to farm these things. So that way, when I go back, I'm going to have my Uru right here, right? My crafting material, unrefined Uru. I'm trying to get as much of that as I can. Got 158, right? So then when I go back into, let's see, let's actually do it. We'll go back to headquarters. And we were going to, we'll go back and we're going to actually see, why am I talking about this, right? So we're going to go back into headquarters here. We're going to go to the workshop. All right. So they've got different crafts you can do here. You can see over here when I click this one, there's a low chance to acquire a new Stark City costume. Xanderth, Hyder Empire, Midgardia, and Sakaar. So I come here and I'm like, okay, cool. I could go ahead and do this. Now, you can see the Uru in this section here is what I need. Now, you can see I'm short this stable convergium particles. So I've got to farm those as well, right? Now, one of the things that'd be nice, it actually says where to acquire. All regions, shop, workshop, right? So it's like, all right, shop, how much is it? All right, so I go find it in here. It'd be nice if it actually puts you here. I don't think it does. There we go. So there's some spots that you can get some of these, okay, right? For crystals or whatever. Again, if we want to go, it's all regions, workshop, go. Let's see right here. So I can buy some for, gold or whatever. If I can, let's see here. There we go. Right? So I can go ahead and buy some if I need them. All right, I just decide, right? And then if let's see, it was the stable convergium, right? Oh, took me out of there. Let's go back in. So yeah, I need the stable convergium particles. So stable convergium, let's just buy. So when I come to this craft section, you can see that, it's for stable, it's going unstable, right? And those are the ones I'm pretty sure that you find when you're doing your 10 dailies. These unstable convergent particles, those are the ones you're farming. So make sure to pick those up because look, I got a bunch. So now I can come in here and it takes 5 a pop. So I don't know, let's just do 10, right? For 4,000 gold. All right, so I just did, I turned him into stable. I come back over here. Yay, I can do this, right? So again, I'm trying to get a Midgardia costume, right? In theory. So I can, let's just do one of these, or let's just, yeah, let's max it out. Oh, it's just one because I have 10 of those. So it will do one. All right, and then it's all right, progress. All right, one. So you come in here. Now you still have to pay more gold to do it, and you still only have 2 hours to craft it. So make sure to craft it right away. So you go in here, and I get, of course, a 1-star drop. Now that's one of the things to this. The RNG on this game is like crazy low. But one of the things I'll tell you is that's actually good, because that means someone has to whale insanely hard, to get these things done quickly, which means it's better for free to play or grinder to play, whatever you want to call it, right? So you're not necessarily as incentivized to go ahead and just buy a bunch of stuff. So I like that personally. You know, I'm kind of like, all right, so I can sit here and grind and do things. And, you know, I don't love RNG. I don't. But I do love that someone can't just come in here and buy a bunch of stuff and make sure that they get it. You know, it's a low drop rate. So somebody's got to really actually spend a lot or get really, really lucky to get what they need. So anyway, that's the walkthrough that I wanted to do for you guys. I hope you find it helpful. I know some of these things, like, just I like to personally you know, share them so that, because I didn't know, you know, I figured if I don't know, maybe someone else didn't know, right? So, and look, I just got some undefined Uru from that drop, right? And that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna leave this here all day, let my thing, make sure I've got, you know, health packs there built up, and just farm, you know, and it's gonna be just chilling, right? And that's, you know, I don't have to do anything. It's AFK farming, right? Do I love is that like gaming? It's fine. I wasn't playing anyway. You know, I'll just leave it here. No big deal, right? So to farm, I'll come back later tonight and play and see what I got and craft some stuff and be like, okay, cool. So anyway, appreciate you guys stopping by. Appreciate you making it this far. Like I said, I hope this is helpful to you. The Discord link is in the description below. You follow along for content in the future. Hammer down on that like button. Comment below. Put you in the giveaway, right? Something positive. Subscribe, of course. Notification buttons, all that kind of stuff. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.